Hey everybody, Spencer Knowles with Horizon Beverage Company, doing another segment of our Vineyard VIPs where we get a chance to hang out and speak with some friends from all over the world. And today we're really lucky to have the owner of Chateau Tanunda, one of the oldest properties in the Barossa Valley in Australia, Mr. John Geber. John, pleasure to see you.
Thanks very much for having us.
So let's just dive right in. A lot of things have happened in Australia in the past, say, 10 years. And this property has really just chugged right along, and you're doing new things and you're cultivating new properties. So could you just bring us up to speed on where Chateau Tanunda is? Right.
Chateau Tanunda, Spencer, it's the Aboriginal word for where the two rivers meet. Chateau Tanunda is the main town in the Barossa. We're 125 years old. We bought the building from Penfolds 20 years ago. They didn't want to deal with heritage. We did. Takes a crazy like me to find it, and and the chateau found me, and I found it. So I'm not sure who found who.
Sure.
The Barossa is the Napa Valley of Australia.
Absolutely.
There are 5 most important wine regions in the world. 3 from the Old World: Bordeaux, Burgundy, and Tuscany. And in the New World, there are only 2: Barossa and Napa. We are the Barossa of Australia, or the Napa of Australia. So that's a really important message for your viewers. Critical in that we started roughly about the same time, 1836. You guys started 1839. On the world scene, when phylloxera was an epidemic, it created so much trouble. Where did they go for their vines? To us, Barossa and the others. So when we look at the Barossa, we have suddenly realized that we're very similar to Lower Barossa and a High Barossa, which is the Eden Valley. We own 300 acres there. The most important thing is that we do other things than Shiraz.
Right.
And you American guys are big into Cabernet. We do it as well, if not better, out of the Barossa, the High Eden, because we own limestone up there. However, our prices are significantly cheaper because the price of land is over 100 grand an acre. In Napa the other day, property went for 1.8 million an acre.
And just going up too.
Just going up. So if we round it all, we think that Australia, Barossa is the Napa of Australia. That's all you guys need to understand. It is jolly good. It's not me saying it, it's the scribes over 60, 100 years saying it. And so that's why we're very proud to bring it back to Boston, to Massachusetts, and say, hey guys, we have some of the best value for money that you can think of. And it's in Cabernet and red blends that we're focusing.
And just to quickly touch upon the old vine component, which really sets your property apart. And you touched on it in terms of when you purchased the property, age vines, things like that. At the time, that probably wasn't the model that Australian producers were going for, but that's what you wanted to do. And quite frankly, that's why your wines are still flourishing.
Well, we have this old vine series, 50-year-old, 100-year-old, 150-year-old vines. So that's something. There's you've got the 128-year-old called the 100-year-old Shiraz.
That's what we're sipping on right now.
Actually, I'm quite enjoying it in the morning.
So am I.
A very important thing. So we have 300 acres. We've been focusing very much on the old vine. You can't just get these things. I just bought a property the other day, 20 acres of 147-year-old vines.
Wow.
Some Shiraz on own roots, some of the oldest in the world. Semillon, some of the oldest in the world.
Wow.
How do you get these properties? Year round, and some old dear passes on, and great-great-great-great-grandchildren don't want to do it anymore, and they come to you and say, listen, I think you're the guy for it. So I'm really pleased about that.
And you should be, because there are pockets of Australia that are still growing, and there is popularity with it, and it's the quality producers that we all know. Quality always reigns. Quality always wins, and you've always been producing a quality lineup, and we're excited actually to point out the Grand Barossa tier, which has been here in Massachusetts, the Cabernet and Shiraz to start, but then also, could you just quickly touch on the marathon, the triathlon, the Matthews Road tier, I guess we could call it.
So we've got these tiers. We've got the new tier, which we're bringing in, and you can see it as a screw cap, is a triathlon. Triathlon is something dear to me. Wine growing, making, blending. Petit Verdot, 35%. Merlot for the fruit sweetness, and Grenache for the savory. Now that's a real, very interesting blend, especially blended for America. Matthews Road, so that's an entry, it's quality entry level, high quality entry level. Then we've got Matthews Road, which is younger Cabernet, again, specially blended for America, a little bit more generous. Australians drink dry. I don't know why, and I just suddenly realized it the other day. They drink so dry. Americans seem to drink a little bit more generous. So we made those specially for America. And then we've got the Grand Barossas. I'm very proud of those ones in 44 countries. You can see the label there, easy to remember. Grand Barossa, grand building, grand vision, grand everything. And those brands have been, 3 of those have been in the top 100 in Wine Spectator in the last 7 years.
Always been great wines.
So very happy with those.
Yep. Well, we're really excited to have kind of expanded part of your portfolio here in Massachusetts, and I know that once we pop the corks, our customers and our partners are really going to enjoy these as well. So thank you so much for your time, and safe travels back home.
Thanks ever so much, and
Cheers.
go, Guyana, go, as they say.